Greetings, folks. Crosstrain here, coming to you again from Banished and the Village of Limes. Today I bring you episode number 4, and as you can see by the title, it looks like Limes is on the rebound. I shouldn't say that because as soon as I start this up, probably something dramatic will happen, but I'm going to hope not. But we are certainly on the rebound. I am going to start this thing rolling at 1 by speed, just as I walk you through kind of what's happened since episode 3. So here we go, we'll get things started. You can see, first off, my screen is a lot less crowded. Let me tell you why. I built our town hall, finally, and so when the town hall comes up, it gives you one single display that you can keep track of everything, basically. So all of the other stuff that I had up around, except for the event log, I was able to put aside or eliminate just to have this single screen up here. So in fact, I'm going to put it up there because it's a little bit better up there. So you can see by this screen, it reads a little bit different. When I left you, it was the summer of season 25 or year 25, and I had a population of 29. You can see now that we are in early spring of year 34, so we are some 9 years later. And you can see that my population now is 57. So, however they did it, a little illicit hanky-panky, I think, and some intergenerational coupling and all that good stuff. Whatever it is, we've got 57 citizens now. You can see that I've got 22 homes in Limes now and 20 families. So we do have a couple of empty homes, which is good. It means that we'll be able to grow a little bit more. So in the 9 years since I last left you, we have really come about here. You can see I just lost somebody to Eliza Bethel is just passed, and of old age. So that is that puts us back at population 56. I'm going to go ahead, and you can see that right now I am also putting a chapel in, and so I'm going to get that because you can see what's happening here. My health has come up since we left. I was at 3.5. We're now at 4.5 hearts, but we've lost half a star in our happiness. A chapel will help, so we will build a chapel for the town. I have got 4 laborers. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and add one more, take a builder away, because I'm not sure exactly what we're building. I know I started this, the trading post, so I'm really close to having that completed, and then the builder, in fact, there it is. Now the builder will come by and start and build that. So what this means, for those of you unfamiliar with the game, a trading post means that once it's established and I have a trader in there, then we'll have a boat that'll come down this river or through this pond from this river, however they get here, and they will dock here bringing goods that I can trade for. So I am going to build that in hopes that I can begin to trade for some seeds. One of the commodities, if I flip over to my production tab here, one of the commodities that is really plays very well or trades very well for a nice price is herbs. So this is the medicine. So I kicked my my production up to 2,500 units of herbs. I'm at about 500 right now, and I put an herbalist on the task to go ahead and produce. In fact, I'm going to put one more herbalist on the task as well, because I want to get that going quickly. So this will help me to kick up that produce. So we've got that going. The trading post next, they will be, my laborers will be bringing in, you can see they need 50 logs, we need 130 stone, we need 30 iron. My currently I have 625 logs stored. I have 205 stone, and I've got 338 iron. So I got plenty to do this, and then we'll get this thing building as well. That will help to increase our happiness. So that's going on right now as well. Let me show you over here. I expanded, put a few more houses again over here. Decided to build these houses first to keep my population centralized and close to their workplaces for the time being. But we certainly at this point in time have begun the rebound and doing pretty darn well. Again, we're at 56. So it's looking really very nice in limes. Fish, apparently, food limit of 5,000. Wow, look at that. So I'm going to continue actually to increase my food limit, because there's going to come a time when I'm going to need every single bit of this. So let's knock it up to 7,500. Let these guys keep working on food. And we'll go from there. So let me show you what else I believe is new since episode 3. We built this trail out here to the bridge that goes across to this side. I have not yet developed this side. However, as I said last time we were together, I've got another hub out here: hunting cabin, forester's lodge, storage barn, and a gatherer's hut. So I've got another another hub, thank you, out here that we will be developing here as soon as I finish most of my construction over in the other part. Now, what we also have here is these are the houses. I think I have 4 houses here, yep, that will support with a well for fires, and then a woodcutter as well to chop their firewood. Got a couple of pallets. This one will be stockpiles. There's 7 trees and stuff they have to move off of there first. And then, of course, the stockpile here too. So this would be an overflow stockpile for this area. You can see that these guys, just clearing stone and iron, have already filled up a lot of this that was over here. So that is coming next. I have also designed a tunnel here. Okay, so I will be at some point in time building a tunnel through this mountain with the idea that some houses and farms. My idea right now is to create all farming. Of course, I'll need seeds and all that stuff first, but my idea is to build all farms over here and through all of this and here. So you can also see that I have built or planned for a future mine over here. I have a market in place over here. This will, as you can see, serve these homes as well. So the other thing that I did, and you can't hardly see it because there you go, you can see that I built a tunnel through this mountain here, or through this little ridge, so these folks can easily make their way through the tunnel to the market to pick up their supplies. So that is coming as well. As you can see, I have all of these paused right now just because I'm just laying it out in the future. So the idea then is to create most of the rest of this to be farming, agriculture, crops, fields, probably pastures as well. So that is going to be the plan for this area over here. There's a potential that I will also build this out to be a hub, because I believe, yep, this is a southern edge of this map. So I may just build one more hub right in here to really kind of serve this general area. So that will be upcoming, but I've got a lot of work to do between now and then. You can see that my one lone builder is working on completing this. And actually, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put one more builder on that, on building this bad boy. Let's see how we're coming along on the progress here. We're getting some stone in there. All the logs are in. Working on the stone and then the iron as well. I'm going to go ahead and just kick this up to, let's just do 5 times, just so we can see how it goes between now and the time I end this video. You can see we're now at 58 residents. I have 18 families, 22 homes, so I did have a couple of old people die, which freed up a home, which means I have got a little bit of room for expansion. I've got 4 more houses for folks of age. When they come to of age, they will move then into those homes as they become. In fact, you can see I just had another apparently young couple move into one of the homes, because now I have 19 families in those 22 homes. So the population's come along nicely. We've stabilized. I've got some youth back in hand, which means that I have got some reproducing going on. So we're in a nice little steady mode here until something happens. So let's just hope that doesn't happen for a while. Again, let's go back to this screen. You can see, if you're not familiar with this town hall screen, this is really nice. You can control all your limits for all of your resources that you need. This will tell you basically what your current is, what you've used in the current year, and what you produced in the current year, and then it gives you last year's too. Last year's used and last year's produced. One of the nice things about this is you can see last year, for instance, I used 393 logs during the year, and I produced 391. So I had a slight deficit, 2 logs, which is fine. You just want to make sure that your production of these are outpacing or at least keeping up with your use. So again, you can all the way down here. Stone, produced 60, used 32, produced 50 iron, used 0, produced 1,316 fuel, firewood, and only used 622. I produced no tools, but that's because I had plenty left over from the year prior to that. Food, which is a critical one, producing almost 6,900 food units a year, and I only used 5,500 last year. So, but this is something you have to keep an eye on, because again, you can see what's happened. Since the beginning of this video, I'm already up to 60. From 57 or 56 when we started, I'm already up to 60 now. So, this is a nice screen to be able to keep a look on this. You can actually do 2 years if you want. I can do all the way up to 100 years. I can look at this graph. Inventory graph. This just tells me what I have in all of these different areas. So, and again, you can look at our item storage, items in homes. Okay, again, you can look and see what you have in your homes. Or you can see what you have in storage and so on and so forth. Now here's kind of a cool one, and I'll show you this. And in fact, this is a really nice job of showing that catastrophe that I shared with you. You can see from the time, let's look at population, which is your yellow line. From the time I started this game until this is year 9, you can see that at the same time my population, my adults, my students, and my children fell off dramatically. Well, this is what happens when you have a tornado that wipes out most of your population. You can see, and this is the generation of loss right here. All of my students, I went from whatever number that is to 0. So that's that middle generation that I lost an entire generation of, which made our survival dicey. You can see even the children fell not quite down to 0, but it came down pretty close. So that was kind of tough. So this is a nice little graph, and again, I can do this by population. I think there's a couple of other things. I can do it by citizens. Oh wow, yeah. You can see, you know, their health, their happiness, their education, so on and so forth. So there's a lot of different things you can see within this screen as well. Nomads, now that I have a town hall, nomads every once in a while, a whole group of people from 10 to 25, just nomads, people that are wanderers, nomads, will come and they'll ask to be citizens in your town. And you have to accept them or deny them. I have never, ever accepted nomads because they bring a lot of trouble. First, a whole bunch of new mouths to feed. B, they also sometimes bring along disease and things like that. So I've never in any of my games accepted nomads, and I will probably do it one time just to see what happens. But I don't need to, as my population is growing naturally. And then the last one is trade items. Once that trade dock is up, then we'll be able to see. So my church, as you can see, is built. I need to find me a cleric. So I am going to assign a cleric to my church. I can take some of these builders off because I don't have anything else I'm building. So you can see I instantly had 61 members, and this should impact my folks' happiness over a very short term. But I have a cleric, and 61 folks became members of the church, which is all of my citizens, adults and children and students, everybody. So this church can hold up to 200 members. So once I get to 200, then I can build another church. Let's go over to our trading post, because you can see I also need to put a trader into the slot. Okay? And so I'm going to put a trader in the slot, and then you're going to see what happens here is I am going to tell them what I want in this inventory. So I am going to tell them I'm going to put 500. Let me make sure that I have 589, so I'd be okay. So I'm going to put 500 herbs in my trading post because they do have some value. We'll see once they get in there how much value there is. I don't think, if I go to my inventory, I don't think there's anything else that I have. Venison. I'm going to throw some venison in there too. I've got 3,500 venison. So let me take some venison. There you are. And let me just put like, let's put 200 in there. Okay? Now what will happen is the trader will go, and you can see, is this my trader? No, this is just somebody wandering around. So my trader then will go, there you go, you see that he's already got 300 herbs that he's put in here. So he goes and he picks up the herbs and the other stuff and puts it into storage here. He's got all 200 of the venison is in here, so he'll go up, pick up some more herbs, and he will fill this with whatever I tell him to fill it with. Then those items are used to trade once a trader comes through. So we've got a trading dock up. We have got, I'm going to build this right here as well because I don't want to lose anything here. I got stone, okay, so we're in good shape. So I can build this over here. Right now I've got 4 laborers and 1 builder. So let me go ahead and make that 3 and 2. We will get this well built. You can see they're already putting the stuff in it, and get that built here soon. How are we doing with coats and tools? I've got clothes 152, tools 102. So I'm going to go ahead and just in the interest of making sure. So I need to add a blacksmith here. Where are you? Blacksmith, we're going to do one. I'm going to add a tailor as well, so I put that to work. And I'm going to add a tailor as well. Now they will produce coats, clothes, and tools. You want to make sure you have plenty of them. So Limes is doing pretty well. We are starting to zip along again, so this is really good. I am glad we survived the potential disaster that we had, and we are moving along nicely. You can see it is early spring again. Let me slow this down to one time, and just say, yeah, it's good to have survived through that, and in fact begun to thrive again here in the village of Limes. So we are going to cut this video off right now. We will just keep working on this town. Look at this. Look at the logs here. Whew. Got lots of supply over here. Hopefully they will bring some of that and put it off in these outlying areas as well. So, but things are going well in Limes. Wanted to bring this episode to you because we did turn a corner. Probably next time we get back together, I will have built this and this up. I do some work in these intervening years to just so when I bring you something, we've got something to talk about. But again, wanted to bring this one to you. So, hope you enjoyed that visit to the village of Limes, where things appear to have come back, and we are, in fact, beginning to thrive just a little bit. Let's just hope there's no disasters that strike in the near future, so we can continue to build and expand on our little village until it becomes a town, and then who knows, one day maybe even a small city. So until next time, this is Crosstrain coming to you from the game Banished by Shining Rock Games or Entertainment, one of those. And until next time, I will see you in the wilderness. Peace.